Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Scorpio for the month of September 2022. So, before I begin, I would just like to welcome everyone back to this monthly series and to also welcome anyone who is new to the Angelic Wisdom community. And if you're here for the very first time, I want to invite you to participate in all the ways that is possible. So first, make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Select the all notification bell, like the videos, and leave comments. It's really important about the comments because it is I call on the I am presence of everyone watching this video or who will ever watch it. And I fulfill those messages collectively of God and the angels along with that. But you complete them in your comments, many of you. And don't be afraid to share your gifts and your talents in the comment section, whether it's insights or something that you might be getting psychically about the reading. You never know who you might impact. Also, say hi, I'm from here, and I do this, so that it gives a little bit more of a face for people to identify and potentially connect. You might be in the same city. You might go, oh my God, let's meet up or something, and discuss all about me, the things that you did, and talk about me forever. And I'm just joking, but you get the idea. So I'm not the only one here who has the gift. And if you haven't already, the next piece I want to make you aware of is I just posted the general monthly angel reading for September, and I think it's really important and has a lot of insightful information that is going to really be helpful for to understand the context of your reading. So please do watch it. I'll put a link. It'll probably be the first one you see below in the description area. This is also my 10th anniversary year, and I've been offering my first time promotional angel reading, which is my discounted hourly reading, unlimited to everyone this year, to just sort of celebrate that, to celebrate you for being with me all these years. And also, you can support my channel through my PayPal me link. So I think some of you who have already done so, and if you feel called to do it, people have been asking me, and I was kind of shy about doing it, but I decided, okay, who am I to not allow somebody to find a way to express their gratitude? So I did it, and it was hard, but I did it. And there's no amount, no matter how small, that is not of great value and meaning to me. It's the fact that it's just really about you, that you popped up and you did that, and it just means so much to me. It's not about what you did, but how much you did, but it's that you did it, if you get what I'm trying to say. And so I don't think I mentioned my website. So the links for my website and my PayPal me are in the description area below. So make sure you check them out. My current website is theangelschool.com/services. The future one will be angelicwisdom.org. And now for the format. Here, the card in the center will be the Archangel that we're working with this month, Scorpios, and the guardian angel messages on either side. This is from the Major Arcana, which highlights the major themes, the big lessons, challenges, influences and energies that you're working with in this month. Is shaping the experiences of the day-to-day awareness of the Minor Arcana card, and it will show us what are those side effects and how to work with them. And so let's go ahead now and take a deep breath, and as we relax our bodies and quiet our minds. and they showed me like two pillars, almost like the high priestess, and they showed me someone that's like almost very giant like in stature, and their eyes are just closed in a very peaceful um, um, gesture. And so I get that sense of that high priestess card. um, I feel like that for something else that they showed me, they showed me a cross now, which means there's something in your life that you've been suffering with and dealing with for a long time. And because of this giant nature of this being, it makes me feel that it is something that has been really intimidating, um, and throughout your entire life. But they write the word readiness, and you're ready to step out of this particular paradigm. And what they were showing me, and I'm not going to describe it to you, because I just think that's too much, but I get the point. So what I see is someone who is always pleasuring others. And they wrote the word in French sous when I went to look it up, which was like sub. So that means that you often are in a submissive role. And when it comes to this one area of your life. And so for this challenge, you are ready to let go. And they're wanting to bring you peace. I thought I saw the word reset. This is a time for you to reset your mind, your energy, your frame of reference, your beliefs. And this can be as quick or as strenuous and drawn out as you would like. Let's go for rather quick, if possible. But it's all about. I feel like it's about, ultimately it's about a change of a mindset, but it's really about listening to that inner voice that's just telling you enough of this, right? Enough. And your courage is bigger than your fear. Your enough is enough. Your awareness of enough is enough, and it's justified. And it could be something that's kind of subtle, like being attracted to people who sort of have all the power because you don't feel like, maybe, for example, that you're attractive enough, and they have all the power because you give it to them. It could be that you think somebody is smarter than you, and so you give them all the power because you don't think that you're smart as they are. And what this does is set up, they wrote the word hope. It sets up this false sense of hope, one, but it also sets up a lack of hope, the inability to have hope in yourself and in what you desire and want and what you think you deserve. And so September, they're showing me a genie's lantern, or lamp, or whatever you call it. So it's about making wishes, and wishes fulfilled, and wishes coming true, or the potential for them to do so. But they're showing me the wolf's head, which is my sign of the moon card, which is my sign of drama, baggage. And it's like a mask, the way it was held in the hand. And so it's up to you to stop putting on that costume. It's up to you to stop choosing that mask, that false character. This is it shapes your attitude, your behaviors, right? So you show up this way in front of people like this, and you have to decide to show up in a way that is empowering. that just allows you to be on display in your authentic truth and expression. All right, so let's take a look at, because this has a very challenging, okay. So this is Archangel Perlemiek, and he is the archangel of nature, all things green, okay? And it says, let nature soothe you, serve the nature kingdom. And as I tune in and you just see him holding this, so he's saying that you're like this seedling or this, fresh new bud that has so much potential to grow into so many things. And you're ready to grow up. You're ready to grow up. You're ready to really grow into your true nature, your true power. But he writes, you pause. You pause a lot because you don't trust yourself. And the letter T for trust is my symbol, turns into a megaphone. You're afraid for your voice to be loud. You're afraid of what's going to come out of you. That's why you play that role of sub, because you're afraid that if you were dominant, that you would be out of control, that you would become some monster figure, right? Some authority figure who is just and so you're afraid of this. And I get a feeling that this might be a past life experience, or in this life you've made a vow, or in that life you made a vow to to never be like that, to never be. And so what you've chosen, because it's easier, is to just be subservient, to be passive. But they want you to learn to be assertive. They want you to start tapping into your assertive abilities, because they said that's the challenge, that you're having a hard time finding that mid ground of speaking up for yourself. Why don't you start by speaking up for the things you believe in, the things that you're passionate about? I know that when I started teaching, the circumstances forced me to be a person who spoke up. So I was able to do it because I knew I needed to protect the children's education in my classroom, that no one was going to ever be hurt or harmed in my room by another student, that it would be an environment where they could learn. It was going to be chaos and all this stuff going on. And so that made me, really, I practiced Mr. Jones. I had to practice a new character that I had never explored before. And I practiced in the mirror. Literally, like I did it all summer until I scared myself one day and I was like, I'm ready. Okay. But you have to do the same. You have to nurture the inner beauty of your nature, your assertive nature. Think of assertiveness as this flower or whatever it is, knowing what it is, and all it's doing is just being that. It doesn't fight or argue with the world about who it is. That's not the place it's coming from. It knows what it is. It knows what it's supposed to become. And so it doesn't let anything prevent it. Just think about like trees, right? And the trunks of the tree. And we put concrete around, but those trees know who they are, and they're supposed to have roots, and those roots are supposed to go in a direction, and some of those roots stay under the ground, but some of them come up above the ground and disrupt those concrete pathways and crack them up and everything. Or a tree might grow into a metal rail. It'll grow right into it because it's being itself. It's being assertive. It has a directive within itself. It has purpose, and it just keeps doing that. It doesn't back down. So it is always, what's the word I'm looking for? It always stands its position based on what its knowing of its purpose is. And that would be the best example of being assertive spiritually. You don't have to fight with people. You just have to keep moving. If your roots have to go through that door, then that is the way you go. You don't argue with the people standing in front of you telling you can't go. You find a way around them, over them, through them anyway. But you do it not to be arbitrary or confrontational, but you do it because your purpose, your calling dictates it. So if you were to go out in nature and let it soothe you, let it speak to you, let it teach you how its mandates of assertiveness in a world where man has forgotten to respect it all the time. So nature is disrespected all the time, yet it does not experience the disrespect because there is a natural checks and balance within creation, within nature. So, and she's not doing it out of retribution. If we throw off the balance is off, and these are the consequences. Simple. And then man gets a little intimidated and a little scared and then decides they need to do X, Y, Z. And then without retribution or without a aha, just it stays on course. Even the chaos of nature is still nature being true to its course and its purpose. It works with and through the elements that are thrown off, and that creates the balancing acts of its natural assertiveness, which causes other reactions in the sense that everybody else around, like all the humans, we just have to adjust. We just say, oh, like we're going, climate change. Why? Because after a while we realized we weren't doing things, and then the earth started acting a certain way, and it didn't do it out of retribution. There is no such thing. It just was continuing to be itself. It has its own innate corrective system, and we responded to it eventually. It took a long time, but we eventually have started to respond. We haven't responded fully, and so we will continue to be in this journey, this process. But you don't have to feel bad about standing in your power. But you're not, the difference is when it turns to aggression, because you just stand in power and you don't know what you're standing in power about, or you lose the core objective purpose of your standing in your power, standing up for who you are, and the right moment for the right reasons is being assertive. But let this nature example be consoling to those of us who find it difficult, right? Okay, so the Star card, and this just gives us a sense of a time of healing for you. That when you stand up in your power, which is standing in your purpose, your prime directive from the universe, you bring about healing and restorative benefits to your own life. And so you're going to be witnessing some restorative happenings in your life and events in your life in this month of September. This is a very beautiful reading for you, Scorpio. And you and stand up in your power to say no to these situations where you are in submissive roles. It will be healing for those people who are abusing their power or taking advantage of you because you allow them to, and you created the platform platform for them to do it or to fall into that in some instances, right? So it's going to just be, I feel like this is the energy of restoring the balance to something that is hopeful and inspirational. So you're working with a very positive energy this month. It's how you're really going to experience a lot of positivity. Let's just see. Okay, and the Three of Earth. So this is something dealing with your hobbies, projects, your work, your career. All right, and this is about you now seeing yourself as an equal member of the team. So start there in terms of finding your power again. You're an equal member of the team. You have the right to speak your truth, to express your creative ideas. You're equal, and you have to start exercising your role as an equal. So work on behaving, participating, and standing up for yourself as an equal. But you don't do the fighting. You let the purpose within you win the arguments, the battles for you. And this is saying that recognition is going to shift. Like, I'm just seeing these two cards in relationship. The powers, the imbalance of powers are going to shift. They're going to shift, and then they're going to come back into balance. Okay? All right, Scorpio. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of September, and God bless you.